board game, believe it or not.
All right, round 3 comes to me for the award-winning Believe It or Not segment. And that's a time where I come up with around 10 games, evenly dispersed somewhat between real games and games that I've made up. And I announce some of these jokers. I'll say the name of the game. I'll say what year it came out, a brief description. They'll say whether they believe it or not. After everybody commits, I'll say whether it's real or not. If I fool 2 of them, I get a point. If they get it right, they get a point. I usually don't get a lot of points, but we talk about a lot of fun games. And so we'll get it started here. And I don't think I've ever started it with this guy, the man with the plan, the heart and soul.
Are you going
to
point out?
What?
Hold on. Sorry to interrupt. You're going to point out that Tom is going to go last every time because he's just going to know the answers.
Okay, I have time to say that. You want me to start over now?
No.
Man.
Keep going.
Now I got to start over.
Just go.
Fine, I'll just throw it in. And even though we're starting with Dan, we'll always go with Tom last, no matter who we're starting with, because we are just, what do we call ourselves? Enthusiasts, and Tom's the expert. So I just don't want these guys to all copy his answer. He might not always get them right, but I bet everybody would copy his answer.
You know, Andy would copy his answer. 100%.
Oh, I know he would. Andy always plays the odds. So
you play to win the game.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll start with Daniel here, the heart and soul behind the show. Daniel, pick a number between 1 and 10, buddy.
8.
8. Gonna make me flip pages here.
Yes.
8. Believe it or not.
I don't.
From 1980, Huckleberry Finn's 8-track adventures. Play alone or with a group as you guide your hero through madcapped adventures. 8-track adventures games will work on any 8-track hi-fi player, even in the car. Simply start the tape at the beginning and listen as the drama unfolds. When prompted to make a decision, switch to the corresponding track in a multiple choice fashion. Each replayable adventure has at least 16 possible endings, so the fun lasts for hours. It also came with Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny, among others. What do you think? Huckleberry Finn's 8-track adventures from 1980. Daniel, believe it or not, buddy.
Initially, I was going to say no because there's no such thing as an 8-track, and I realized you were saying a track, like the cartridges from the 70s. So yes. I'm like, okay. If this is real, it's so like amazing to find out some of the games that have came out in the past. It's kind of like the whole I want to bite your finger game that was in another episode.
Yes.
So I'm going to go with real just because I really want this one to be real. It'd be so like revolutionary that no one ever talks about, which should be, because if that's real, that's awesome.
All right, we got one believe. Chris, what do you look dumbfounded down there? What do you think?
Yeah, this one's tough because that is one media like technology I don't know too much about. I know they exist, but I'm not old enough to have actually really used them. So, but like from in my memory, in my mind of what I see them, it doesn't seem like there's the ability for even that many choices and outcomes to use the system. So, I guess from a technicality standpoint that I do or don't fully understand, I'm going to say false.
Okay, we got to believe it and not believe. And then we've got Andy here, who, if there's any expert on 8-tracks, it's probably Andy.
So here's what we got here. You maybe had me going there for a bit, but then I started thinking about who would have the rights, the intellectual property rights to these characters. And you mentioned Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse. That's Warner Brothers and Disney, very opposed companies. To me, that was a dead giveaway that this is false.
So you're a not believe.
I do not believe it.
Ooh, so I might have already gotten points. We don't know. We'll go to Tom. Tom, what do you think, buddy?
I mean, I think it's possible for them to have that because they could have just paid for the rights for each of those things to stick them in. I think it's the 16 endings that doesn't jive with me. That's too many. They were lazy in the 80s. If they said 16 endings, even if this is real, 4 of those endings are the same. I'm gonna say fake.
All righty. Well, believe it or not, Huckleberry Finn's 8-track adventures is one I made up. I thought it would be fun to think of a 8-track tape player doing. But yeah, there's 4 different things you can switch to. I thought that'd be great. If you want choice A, B, or C, go to these, and then I thought I
can just imagine the mom in the car and the long card ride, like, Mom, get 8-track number 5. No, that's 6. I said 5. You ruined it.
You waited too long. Now we got to wait for it all to start over.
Yeah. I do love the idea of the choose your own adventure audio thing, though. That sounds awesome. So
yeah. Well, Chris, you're up next, buddy. Number between 1 through 9. What do you got?
Let's go with 7. 7.
All right. There we go. New release from 2024. This is perfect for Chris and perfect because it's Halloween. Chucky from 2024. Chucky wants to be your friend, but being Chucky's friend sometimes comes with challenges. In Chucky, each player will gather evidence about the mysterious murders that have been going on. I wonder who's responsible for those. This evidence gives them skills and abilities to roll the dice and maybe handle an encounter with Chucky himself at the end of the round. After 3 rounds, the player who does his best at achieving these challenges wins because Chucky will have slaughtered everyone else. What do you think, Chris? Chucky, is that a real game or not?
I don't know. Like, it came out this year. Like,
that's what the thing says.
I mean, he's kind of like an evergreen thing around Halloween, I guess. I don't know. Just I'll go false.
Okay.
False.
Chris is a no believe. Andy, what about you?
Well, this is one where I definitely wish Tom was answering before me because he would know in a heartbeat. He knows new games. I'm gonna play the odds here. And since Chris said false, I'm gonna say true.
What a great reasoning. So we got one believe, one no believe. Daniel, what
That's
about you?
not what playing the odds means, but all right.
It is not.
Whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm going to go with I believe because Chucky is super hot right now. There's like a Peacock show. I only know that because I watch a lot of WWE nowadays, and it's constantly being advertised. So it feels like it would. And also, I want to say it was a dice chucking Chucky game.
Really?
That's pretty clever.
That is good.
They said they're chucking dice. Well, you said dice, but they needed to say chucking dice. Chucking
that would have
dice.
been good. Maybe I made a mistake.
Oh,
Chucky,
you did.
It's Chucky.
All right. So you're set. What did you end up saying? Believe or no believe?
Believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tom, you're probably gonna have the right answer.
Well, here's the thing. I actually didn't play the game, so I don't know if your mechanism description is true or not. There definitely is a Chucky game that came out this year from Trick or Treat Studios. And I know it's garbage.
Oh, really?
I know it's absolute trash, but I don't know more than that. I did not play it. So I'm just going to guess that. I don't know if you would make up a game with the same as something else and make different mechanisms. So I'll say true.
So Tom's a believe. So Chris is the only one that's a not believe. And yes, believe it or not, Chucky did come out in 2024. And when I actually put it on, Tom, you might not know, I compiled this list over weeks. And when I first saw that, it was just like an idea and it was going to come out. And then I put it on my list. And then I think last weekend I saw it in the friendly local game store. I'm like, no, everybody's going to see this game. And it's on my list. So I think Chris is the only one I fooled on that one. How about that? Yeah. Andy, 1 through 8, buddy.
Let's go with number one. Number one.
What is number 1?
Make it so. Number 1.
There we go. How about Dealer's Choice from 1972? It's a wheeling, dealing used car game. Each player owns a car dealership and is trying to have the greatest value in cash and vehicle inventory when the game ends. Each player buys and sells based on their unique blue book, which shows values for each car. The game features a wide variety of real-world vehicles. Your lot may have a Sherman tank parked next to a 1972 Corvette. It's your choice in Dealer's Choice. Andy, what do you think, buddy? Everybody's got a blue book that has different values for the cars, so what might be garbage to one person might be worth a lot for you.
You had me until you had Sherman tank. Very believable up until then, and then you're losing me. But maybe it's real. We'll say I believe it.
Andy's gonna be a believe. Daniel,
what was the year again?
1972.
Oh man, I don't know. Like usual, this sounds like a good idea, and it's too good of an idea for the 70s. So I'm gonna say no.
So we got a believe and a no believe. Chris, what about you?
I want to not believe because I'm not sure they could get back to the old naming rights thing, like of Corvette and stuff. Like, I mean, maybe that was different back then. Maybe they were just happy to have like free publish or free advertising, so to speak, right?
Good point.
I'm gonna say I don't believe.
Yeah, copyright rules did not exist in the 70s, FYI. Just
no, yeah, whatever.
Oh.
So we get to what? 2 no believes and a believe. Is that what it was? And then we go to the expert. Tom, what do you think? Dealer's Choice in 1972.
It's true. I've played it.
There we go. Boom.
Yeah.
Is it any good? Because it
Yeah,
looks
what'd you
actually
think?
pretty good.
No, but I do like.
Well-
I remember the game distinctly because you have those blue books. You're looking at to see what
Yes.
the prices are as
Uh-huh.
things go by, and I'm pretty sure there was a tank in it.
Yeah.
They just put in all kinds of vehicles because why
Yes.
not?
Yeah, it was. They were all real vehicles too. I was surprised, just like Chris was saying. How did they have the rights to put all these vehicles?
Ah,
in?
it's the '70s. What are they going to do?
I guess so.
Oh,
All right.
We need to find a copy of that and play it at a con sometime.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
you
You really
they're,
don't need
they're
to.
readily available.
You don't need to.
You don't need to.
Let me now that we've done it. Let me quick see what I've.
Oh,
I
what
wonder
you
if I
rated
even
it?
rated to some board game geek. No, I gave it a
Oh
4.
yeah.
What is
You
it?
gave it a 4?
4.
A 4. Oh, okay, that's
No.
too bad. It actually looks pretty cool. All right.
Yeah, if I gave it a 4, that means it was pretty bad.
You don't
All
rate
right,
the
well, that's-
games
I think-
based on the age it came out. Like, there's no like point
Oh,
discrepancy.
you can't have
because it's
wiggle
like,
room.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's a '70s game. Like a
Yeah, but you can't have
yeah, but
forgiveness.
I probably rated this 20 years ago.
Okay.
Sure.
So
yeah.
no rate inflation here. Okay.
You rate deflation.
Yeah.
Probably. All right, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Believe It or Not. Thank you for playing, guys. And what about you out there? Did I fool any of you? Have you heard of these games that were real? And what do you think about what is that one? Dealer's Choice. Is it as bad as it's rumored to be? But let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hey, thanks for watching a clip from Around the Board. It's a show that comes out every other Thursday where we discuss board games and board game topics. We're awarded points, and at the end, whoever wins gets to be on their soapbox and say whatever they want. So if you want to watch the full episode, find the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.